Have you ever wondered what it would be like to start over completely, to leave everything familiar behind and trust that something greater is ahead, even when you can't fully see it? This is the story of Noah, a man who lived in a time when the world had gone terribly wrong, but chose to walk a different path. Long ago, the earth was filled with people, but instead of kindness, there was corruption. Instead of love, there was violence. Humanity had turned away from what was good, and the world had become deeply broken. But in the middle of all that darkness, there was one man who stood out. His name was Noah. Noah wasn't perfect, but he was faithful. He lived with integrity and chose to follow God, even when no one else did. While the world around him ignored what was right, Noah stayed steady. And because of that, God gave Noah a warning and a mission. God told Noah that a great flood was coming. The earth would be covered with water to wash away the corruption. But Noah and his family would be saved. There was just one condition. Noah had to build an ark. Now imagine hearing that. A massive boat, built on dry land, with no sign of rain. Still, Noah didn't argue. He didn't delay. He trusted and he obeyed. So he got to work. Day after day, Noah built the ark exactly as he was instructed. It was enormous, big enough to carry his family and animals from every kind of creature on earth. As he worked, people must have watched. Maybe they laughed. Maybe they questioned him. After all, nothing like this had ever happened before. But Noah kept building, because sometimes faith means continuing forward, even when others don't understand. When the ark was finally complete, God told Noah it was time. Noah gathered his family, his wife, his sons, and their wives. Then came the animals. 2 by 2, they came, large and small, wild and gentle, filling the ark with life. And then the rain began. At first, it may have seemed like a normal storm, but it didn't stop. The rain fell for 40 days and 40 nights. Water rose from the ground and poured from the sky. Rivers overflowed. Valleys disappeared. Mountains were covered. The world as they knew it was gone. But inside the ark, Noah and his family were safe. Carried by the waters, surrounded by uncertainty, they had only one thing to hold on to: trust. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Everywhere they looked, there was only water. Imagine the waiting, the silence, the wondering. But even in that long, uncertain season, God had not forgotten them. At just the right time, the rain stopped. Slowly, the waters began to recede. The ark came to rest on the mountains. And one day, Noah sent out a raven. It flew back and forth. Then he sent a dove, but it returned, finding no place to land. A week later, he sent the dove again. This time, it came back with something in its beak, an olive leaf, a small sign, but a powerful one. Life was returning. Finally, after waiting patiently, God told Noah it was time to leave the ark. The doors opened, and one by one, Noah, his family, and all the animals stepped onto dry ground. Can you imagine that moment? Fresh air, solid earth beneath their feet, a brand new beginning. Noah's first response wasn't celebration, it was gratitude. He paused to thank God, and then something beautiful happened. God made a promise. Never again would a flood destroy the entire earth. And as a sign of that promise, he placed a rainbow in the sky. Every time a rainbow appeared, it would be a reminder, not just of the storm that had passed, but of the promise that remained. This story isn't just about a flood. It's about faith in the middle of uncertainty. It's about obedience when things don't make sense. It's about trusting that even when the world feels overwhelming, you are not forgotten. Noah didn't know exactly how everything would unfold. He didn't have all the answers, but he chose to trust anyway. And sometimes, after the storm, you'll see a rainbow.